How you doing there? Welcome back to Babble on Talmud. Today we're starting Daf Nun Aleph, Daf 51 of Masechta Zevachim. Friends, alright, friends, here's the deal with Daf 51. I think it's going to be a very short Daf. That's my guess. I guess by the time you see this Daf, you'll probably just be able to look and see how long the Daf is. For me, my guess is it's going to not be a very long Daf. This is because A, it's just not a very long daf, and B, I literally just finished recording yesterday's daf, which was a very long daf, and it's like, what time is it? It's 11 p.m. I'm probably I feel like I just kind of want to get through this one. Yesterday's daf was a doozy, but we did do half of Nun Aleph Mid Aleph already, and Nun Aleph Mid Beis is all of 3 lines. So I think we should be able to move pretty quickly here. The topic of today's daf is the Shiyarei Adam. Of course, the puzzle says, Shiyarei Adam hayashofech ayisod maravish mezbeach achitzim l'nosan l'ikev. Of course, that the leftover blood, right, if we're talking about a korban chatas, so, although this was specifically talking about the Paris Sarah Yom Kippurim, so there would be the application of the blood in all sorts of places, the lefnai v'lefnim, the heichel, but anyways, whatever blood was left over would be poured on the Yesod Maravi Shemizbeach Achitzon, on the western wall of the Mizbeach Achitzon. I think I was probably thinking I should probably have a diagram for this, but alas, I didn't make a diagram for it. Right? I probably should have had a diagram for this. All right, I'll probably have a diagram within the next few days, I imagine. But anyways, okay, just like a little refresher. Yeah, a diagram would probably actually be good for this one, but I don't have one, so we'll just have to talk it out. We've seen diagrams in the past, so we'll try to conjure those up. Anyways, okay, so now, my time, how come the leftover blood is dafka thrown on the western wall of the Azor? No, of the Mizbeach. So Amar Kol, the Pasuk says, wait, where am I? Oh, sheesh. Yeah, Chevra, my brain is like a shtickle mush. We are on Daf Nun Aleph Amud Aleph, about halfway through the Amud, at the 2 dots where it says Shiyarei Adam. Right, okay. So my time, how come the Shiyarei Adam were dafka thrown on the western wall of the Mizbeach Chitzon? So Amar Kol, the Pasuk says, El Yesod Mizbach HaOlah Asher Pesach Oil Moirahu Dipaga Bereish. It says that the Shiyarei Adam, what does it say? It says, by the Par Kohen Mashiach, it says, V'nosan HaKohen Min Adam Al Kanat, okay, V'eskol Adam Apar Yishbach HaYesod Mizbach HaOlah Asher Pesach Oil Moed, that the leftover blood basically would be thrown on the Yesod of the, poured on the Yesod of the Mizbeach, Asher Pesach Oil Moed. That's by the entrance of Amoid. So now this is why a diagram would have actually been good. But basically, friends, the way that it works is that you would walk, the entrance into the Azar was from the east, and you would walk from east to west. So you would walk into the Azara, and if you kept walking westward from the east to the west, you would get to the Heichel, which means that the Kohen, when leaving the Heichel, and in front of him was the Mizbeach, he was looking at the western side of the Mizbeach. And it says, El Yisod Mizbeach Ha'olah, El Yisod Mizbeach Ha'olah, Asher Pesach Olam Leid. That's by the entrance to the Heichel. And therefore the side of the Mizbeach that is right next to the entrance of the Heichel would be the western side of the Mizbeach. The Rabbi said, okay, so now, there are 5 instances of this pasuk or a similar pasuk, El Yisod Mizbach HaOlah. Now, in 3 of these instances, by Par Kohen Mashiach, Par Lam Davar Shel Tzibur, and Sa'ir Nasi, it says Yisod Mizbach HaOlah, specifically the Mizbach HaOlah. Now, by the kisba, and by the se'ira of a korban chatos, of an individual, it says El Yisod HaMizbeach, it doesn't say Mizbach HaOla. But by the Par Kohen Mashiach, Par Lamdavar Shel Tzibor, and Sarir Nasi, it says Dafka Mizbach HaOla. Now, says the Gemara, Tana Rabbanan, the rabbis thought, El Yisod Mizbach HaOla, when by Par Kohen Mashiach, it says El Yisod Mizbach HaOla, Velo Mizbeach HaPnimi. Not the Mizbeach HaPnimi, but the Mizbeach HaOla in the Azar, not the Heichel. Next, when it says by Palandav Shal Tzibor El Yisod Mizbach HaOla Ein Lo Yisod Lifnimi Atzmo, that there is no Yisod. The Yisod, of course, some diagrams would have been nice for this stuff, but we've seen the Yisod in the past. It's basically the first Amma of the Mizbeach, at the very bottom of the Mizbeach. So maybe tomorrow, I think, maybe tomorrow we'll have some diagrams. But anyways, that was the first Amma of the height of the Mizbeach, like the first layer of the Mizbeach was the Yisod. So the Mizbeach HaPnimi doesn't have such a Yisod, only the Mizbeach HaOla, only the Mizbeach HaChitzon in the Azar. So again, Yisod Mizbeach HaOla, Ein Lo Yisod Lefnimi Asmo, there is no Yisod to the Mizbeach HaPnimi, only to the Mizbeach HaChitzon. And finally, by the Sarir Nasi, it says, El Yisod Mizbeach HaOla, Tein Yisod LeMizbeach HaOla. So what this means, it's hard to kind of fit it into the actual words, but basically what it means is that by all of the korbanis, their shiari adam would be poured onto the yisod of the Mizbach HaOla. I'm just drinking a little water. That the yisod of the Mizbach HaOla was the destination for all of the shiari adam of all of the korbanos. So if you had, for example, a korban chatas and you applied the blood to the four corners of the Mizbech, now you have the leftover blood, it would be poured on the yisod of the Mizbech HaChitzon. O enu ela Mizbecha shel ola yeh liyisod. Or maybe what it's saying, that by a korban ola, the Shtayim Shein Arba, the Zrikas done by a Korban Ola, needs to be where there is a Yisod. By the southeastern corner and the northwestern corner, no. By the southwestern corner and the northeastern corner of the Mizbeach, where there is Yisod. Yeah, Taka diagrams would have actually been really good for this daf. Sheesh. I was just really trying to chop around two dafs today. Chaval, I don't have diagrams. Tomorrow we'll have some diagrams probably. These diagrams would have actually been really helpful. Let's go weiter. So the shaila was that third pasuk by the Sarir Nasi. So is it coming to teach that the shiari adam for all of the korbanis is poured on the yisod of Mizbeach HaChitzon? Or is it coming to teach that the Zrikas Adam of a Korban Ola needs to be on the part of the Mizbeach where there is Yisod, to the exclusion of the southeast corner of the Mizbeach where there's no Yisod at all? We've seen these in diagrams in the past. Amr Bishmal Kavachomer says Bishmal, well, it's a Kavachomer. Ma Shirayim She'ein Mechaprin. Well, if you have the Shirayim, leftover blood, it's not Mechaper for anything. To unin yisod, and the shirayim are dafka poured on the yisod of the mizbeach. So tchilas ola shemichaperes eno din shetuna yisod. Certainly, then the actual shtaim shein arba, not the shiari adam of the ola, but the actual Shtaim Shein Arba blood of the Ola, which is actually Mechaper, I guess from Mitzvahs Essay we had talked about. Certainly it should require Yisod. The point being that we could learn out the requirement for a Korban Ola to require Yisod from a Kal V'chomer. We don't need the pasuk to teach us that. Rabbi Kiva says slightly differently. Mashirayim, when it comes to the leftover blood, she'ein mechaprin ve'ein bayin lechapar. Tomorrow we're going to learn about what the nafkamina is between Rabbi Shimon and Rabbi Kiva. But says Rabbi Kiva that the sheyari adam, the leftover blood, is not mechaper, nor is it coming to be mechaper. Tunin yesod, and yet they are poured in the yesod. Tchilas olash mechaperes uvad lechapara, the shtaim shein arba, the blood of a korban olah, which is mechaper and is coming to be mechaper, and udin shetuna yesod, certainly to require the yesod of the mizbech. So the point is that the requirement of the blood of the olah for yesod of mizbech, you can learn that through a kal v'chomer. Kematam lomer el yesod mizbach ha'olah. So then why does it say to the yesod of the mizbach ha'olah by the sa'ir nasi? Ten yesod the mizbech shel olah. It's coming to teach that all of the korbanos, their shiari adam, is going to be poured on the yesod of the mizbech hachitzon. Amar Mari said earlier, el yesod what's the aleph? El yesod mizbach ha'olah, v'lo yesod mizbach ha'pnimi. But there's no yesod. But I'm sorry, the yesod mizbach ha'olah. This is by Parkoi Mashiach, and not the yesod of the mizbach ha'pnimi. Hami baile legufa. But 1 second, we need a yesod mizbach ha'olah to dafka teach me that the blood is poured in the yesod of the mizbech. Me'asher pesach ha'moed nafka. No, that's learned out from pesach ha'moed ha'im mizbech hachitzon. Right? That meaning, if we're going to say that when it says the Yisod Mizbech Chitzon, we needed to teach that the blood is poured in the Yisod Mizbech Chitzon. Now that could already be learned that from Asher Pesach HaMoed. When it says Yisod Mizbech Chitzon, Asher Pesach HaMoed, so Asher Pesach HaMoed, that's Tavka the Mizbech Chitzon, the Mizbech that's right by the entrance to the Omoed. So Yisod Mizbech Chitzon is coming to teach us, and not the Mizbech HaPnimi. Yisod Mizbech HaOlah, when it says Yisod Mizbech HaOlah by the Sa'ir Nasi, Ten Yisod the Mizbech Shel Olah. So he said that is all of the Korbanos Achitzon, their Shirayim are going to be poured in the Yisod of the Mizbech Achitzon. Tisagadaitich Kedichsiv Hani Lama Likra Lishirayim Habarei Avelu. Because it can't simply be teaching that the Sa'ir Nasi, the blood of the Sa'ir Nasi, the Shirayim is going to be poured in the Yisod of the Mizbech Hachitzon. Because the Sa'ir Nasi, of course, it's just a regular Korban Chatas, just that it's for the Nasi. And instead of it being a Kisba Basira, it's a Sa'ir, but it's a regular Korban Chatas, the Sa'ir Nasi. And all the blood and everything is on the Mizbech Hachitzon anyways. So obviously the Shirayim are going to be poured in the Yisod of the Mizbech Hachitzon. There's no Chiddush over there. And if you're going to say, well, no, I do need the pasuk to teach me by the Sa'ir Nasi that the Shiari Adam go on the Mizbeach HaChitzon. How come? I may have thought there was some kind of like switcheroo, not really switcheroo, but like opposites thing going on. Meaning, you have the par Koy Mashiach and the par Helam Davish Tzibor. Now these korbanos are dafka korbanos chatos apnimios. Their blood is in the heichel, and yet when it comes to the Shiari Adam is on the Mizbeach HaChitzon in the Azar. So I may have thought, interesting. So you have the chatos apnimios that their blood is in the heichel, and yet the Shirayim is in the Azara. So I might think that a Sa'ir Nasi whose blood is in the Azara, maybe its Shirayim should dafka be in the heichel. But we say that no, that you can't actually think that because there is no Yesod in the Mizbeach HaPnimi, so there isn't really Havamina to say that you would be doing the pouring the Shari Dam in the Mizbeach HaPnimi, and therefore, why does it say Yesod Mizbeach HaOlah? It's not needed to teach me that the Shari Dam of the Sa'ir Nasi are poured in the Yesod Mizbeach HaOlah, because of course it is, because there's no option to do the Mizbeach HaPnimi. Rather, it's to teach that the Shirayim of all of the other korbanos, like Shlomim and Chatos, are poured on the Yisod Mizbech Chizon. Chevre, that was Daf Nun Aleph of Masechta Zevachim. We learned about the Shiari Adam being poured on the Yisod of the Mizbech Chizon. Cheers.